Om Namah Shivaya, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Veronica, and I'm bringing forth another channeled message for Divine Collective, as we are all in the process of ascending together. What does ascension look like? It looks like putting more faith into the actions that you do and matching your actions to your words. Before I begin pulling cards, I'm going to go ahead and read day 8 out of this book, St. Michael and the Angels. Day 8 is dedicated to the loving submission of the angels. In their number, the angels are thought by far to exceed in multitude all the men who have ever been or who are yet to be. St. Thomas arrives at the conclusion that they exist in exceeding great number, far beyond all material multitude. Scriptures also frequently refer to vast numbers in speaking of them. Thus, in the vision of the prophet Daniel, we are told thousands of thousands ministered to him, and 10,000 times 100,000 stood before him. Spirit world. These expressions merely signify that their number is beyond computation. Now there might be confusion in heaven where this limitless multitude without order. But as we have seen, the angelic hosts are divided into various hierarchies and choirs, each one having its appointed duties. Not all equal in dignity, but all duly subordinated, the Almighty God, who maintains so wonderful a harmony between thousands of suns suspended above our heads and rolling in space, maintains also among these celestial spirits an admirable order and a marvelous subordination. Their glory is to execute God's orders promptly and joyously, and they lose no opportunity of proving their fidelity and devotion to the most gracious and the most perfect of masters. They are an example to men of loving service and obedience. The Catechism of the Council of Trent, commenting on this clause of the Our Father, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven," speaks as follows: "We also pray for the form and manner of this obedience, namely that it be directed according to that rule which the blessed angels observe in heaven, and the choirs of other celestial spirits follow, that as they spontaneously and with supreme delight obey the divine majesty, so we may yield a most cheerful obedience to the will of God in the manner most acceptable to him. Would indeed there be more resemblance between inhabitants of heaven and those of earth. This poor world of ours would be much happier for it. The thought of these bright intelligences, so far superior to men, becoming our servants, so to speak, in answer to God's will, should stimulate us to a more ready and loving obedience to the designs of Providence in our regard. It should be, as Father Faber writes, an endless delight to us that they serve God so well while we are serving him so poorly, and that they themselves so abound in love that they joy in the love of men. The dear angels hang and brood and float over the sea of human joys and sorrows, never too high above us to be beyond our reach, and more often mingling, like Raphael, their unsullied light with our darkness, as if they were but the best, the kindest, and the noblest of ourselves. Truly wonderful is the goodness of the angels in not refusing to bestow their care even upon those who commit only venial offenses against their Creator, considering the knowledge they possess of the infinite greatness of the divine majesty which is insulted thereby. How amazing, then, to see that they do not abandon even those whose wretched persons who live in mortal sin, who trample under the foot of the precious blood of the God-man and are guilty of his death. With incredible kindness they continue to watch over these unfortunate souls and spare no effort in bringing them to penance and reconciliation with God. Let us then return their angelic services by our affectionate gratitude and confidence. Someone may ask, do these great angels really prize our poor love and friendship? Most certainly. St. Gertrude tells us that one day she was inspired to offer her Holy Communion in honor of the 9 choirs of angels. God permitted her to see how radiantly happy and grateful they were for this act of love. She had never dreamed that she could give them such happiness. This example should encourage us to do the same, especially by offering the divine blood in thanksgiving to God for all the beauty and holiness and glory that he has given them. If we do so, they will repay us 1,000 times over. The following lines attributed to Thomas A. Kempis speaks beautifully of the angels' loving submission and happiness in heaven. Angel choirs on high are singing, to the Lord their praises bringing, yielding him in royal beauty, heart and voice in love and duty. None that grieveth or complaineth in that heavenly land remaineth, every voice in concord joining, holy praise to God combining, cherubim their reverence showing, bowing low, their pinions folding, God's majestic throne beholding. Oh, what fair and heavenly region! Oh, what bright and glorious legion! Praise El, and thank you, Elohim. Beautiful. Today in Mayan soul kin is kin number 168, the yellow crystal star. Crystal tone number 12 is dedication, universalization, and cooperation. The star's key words are elegance, beautify, and art. It's a gap day, and we're focusing our radial plasma consciousness at the third eye chakra. The key words are luminic thermic force. It's a union between heat of the father and flow of the mother. And the combination of those two things make the third thing, which pacifies both prior elements. And here's what the oracle looks like. At the top, you see the yellow sun, which is our guide, and we're being guided by life itself. Doing it just to do it, but doing it in a really beautiful, artistic way, you know, with your own spin on it. The helper glyph is the blue monkey, which is magic and illusion and connecting with your humor. It's your funny bone. The occult glyph is the red skywalker, and you can see that at the bottom. The red skywalker is about your presence and how awake you are during moments. It's urging you to, even in times where you're not quite sure like how other people are showing up, I'm getting. It's like you express your inner beauty and your inner light, but the reflection of whatever energy you're putting out there with this white mirror in the challenge space is what we're really looking at. So it's like you might not like what you see in the mirror, but you have the opportunity to change it in a playful yet meaningful way. A way that allows for equality under the sun, because we're all stars here under the sun. It's interesting. And it's interesting that this is coming after that eclipse in Pisces. Yeah. And it is a gap day, which stands for Galactic Activation Portal Day, which brings us that much closer to the center of the galaxy. But it's an inside job. So we're pacifying any prior notion that we had about ourselves. This might be a day where you notice that part of your ego gets checked. And it gets checked in a really gentle way, just by observing other people and understanding that, you know, we all have a right to express. So I hope that helps. Let's go ahead and get some cards out here. First two out, Capricorn and the septagram. Capricorn energy, it's feminine, it's earth, ruled by Saturn, and the septagram, the star of alchemy. You know, you have your 5-pointed star, which represents all 5 elements. Add 2 more points to it. And that's what happens when you create a third thing out of 2. With the 7. Leo, the sun. So between Capricorn and Leo, Capricorn deals with like the workspace. They tend to be cold and calculating, and Leo is the fire in the solar plexus, fire in the soul. It's aligning your will, your free will, with that of the divine, Raku, an activation point. Activation from the sun. Wow, there's a lot of cards here, but I'm being called to take them. We have Virgo, Sigil of Avalon, Sigil of Atlantis, Kundalini, and Netzach. This is divine victory. It's also Venus. It's Venusian. We have Virgo, the Virgin. There's a lot of earth out on the table. Capricorn is the sea goat. It's a creature that is both land and sea faring. It can go from the bottom of the deepest, darkest ocean to the top of the tallest peak. It's all encompassing. It's everything that could appear in the 3D physical realm. It's also like I'm imagining Saturnalia. So it could be all of those hedonistic tendencies, right? In the tarot, the devil is usually associated with Capricorn. So we're alchemizing the capacity to experience lots of different things in our life, and we're paring it down with inner alchemy. You're realizing the things that you were participating in, you know, the ones that aren't specifically so good for you. And you're turning it into something that provides you with inner fire, and it's delighting your inner child. You're doing it in an innocent way, and you're doing it in like routines. And you're focusing more on your health as well. And then as we go with the Sigil of Avalon, that's magic. It's the unforeseen realms. It's the spider's silk that weaves and wends. It's quantum physics, really. But it's ancient technology, most importantly. And with the Sigil of Atlantis, it's accessing water and electricity at the same time. Water in your body. The water that holds the codes, that holds the memory. And you're channeling it through your body in a way that will bring you to your goal. But most specifically, this is something new. or it's transitioning from something that you have been going through, and you're tweaking this routine ever so slightly. It's like you had an idea on how to do something in a new way, but it's an old technique. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to get some Thoth out here.
Did we get any of the kids today?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I'm busy.
Oh,
I'm busy.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll edit this part out. Okay, we have the Prince of Swords. Interesting symbolism. Prince of Swords on Capricorn. So this is somebody who's coming into your life that, I mean, swords is air. It's somebody who's introducing to you a new idea, or, yeah, and then we have lust on the septagram. I'm getting ancient mystery school energy through this, and the Emperor with Leo. Yeah, this is big king energy. With the Prince of Swords coming through and lust, Prince of Swords on top of Capricorn tell me that this is somebody who's only after one thing, right? But the lust with the septagram, they are able to utilize this Kundalini force in a way that keeps them in control of their own energy. It's like this is such a part of them and their past lives that it's providing an activation towards the people that they come into contact with physically. I'm making this as PG as possible. Oh, I'm not taking all of these cards. No way. Okay, Spirit. What do we have for collective here? Seven of Wands, Valor, and Raku. Yeah, showing up in an honorable way. And the Hierophant with Virgo. It's understanding that the women hold specific keys. And in the past, this person might have used lust as a tool. But in this case, it's using this ancient technology of the body in a responsible way. Like, that's what I'm getting with this. It's interesting. Okay, this top card wants the Star and the Sigil of Avalon. And it's because they've gone through so many trials and tribulations that they realized the key to the stars is through the body. And it's providing this intense transformation. Intense transformation. Top card. Indolence, the Eight of Cups with Sigil of Atlantis. Yeah, in the past, this type of connection really didn't quite work out. This is Saturn and Pisces. Yeah, it just kind of staled, yeah, Five of Swords defeat. defeat in Kundalini. In the past, this type of energy was unable to be matched. So of course it fell through. Of course the bottom fell out. Okay, this one. And the Ace of Discs. But now, Ace of Discs with Netzach. Oh, and what's at the bottom? Curious. 5 of Discs. Worry. Yeah, even though you're starting again from 5 of Discs energy, you still have the Ace. And you still have a pre-planned victory here. I don't know why I'm getting that there's still like an energy drain on you. It's like there's some sort of tie or thread to parts of your past that you're still unsatisfied with. But that mindset is, you know, what's holding you back here. It's that FOMO energy. I'm getting big FOMO energy. But so long as you show up with valor and understand that this is your superpower, to be connected in these lustful realms. You know, on this lust card, we see the beast of Babylon and she who rides on its back. It's telling you that all is fair in love and war, and if you're going to go to love, you're going to actually also go to war, because this is the karma that you in this physical incarnation have been faced with time and time again. But this time, whenever you're presented with the situation, you're urged to show up in this Virgo Hierophant energy. Like you know your worth, and like you know what weight is carried through your sexual expression specifically. And it's warning you that it has the potential to drain you. Of your physical wealth and also of your mental processes. It can mentally fatigue you if you don't use this energy wisely. And it's not saying that moving towards this person is a bad thing or that you shouldn't do it. It's just warning you to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because you can spin yourself out with this type of energy and this type of cycle. Okay. Okay, first two. Sacrifice with Capricorn and Prince of Swords. Yeah, this person is going to have to leave something behind if they want to have a divine union or divine connection with you. Sanctity. Through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. Sanctity, lust, and septagram. Yeah, but they're going to put something to rest because of your connection. Yeah, and divine love. The Emperor, divine love in Leo. It's finding that inner light inside of them that delights their inner child and delivers them home to the heart of divine love. Liberation. Raku, valor, and liberation. You ever hear, if you love something, set it free? You set things free through sacrifice. And then, in accordance with divine will and the law of attraction, if it's meant for you, it will return. And it will return to you in a way that honors all parties involved. Really beautiful energy. It's like finding the key to your success is by, okay, this is inviting help with Virgo and the Hierophant, by inviting God into your life. And this came out in another reading. It's like leaving a little bit of space for Jesus, but it couldn't be more true. And deepening with this black cat. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. And this is coming with the star and the sigil of Avalon. So you're really deepening into yourself, honoring yourself most of all. And this person respects that so deeply. And they do want to help you. It's like they want to be there, and they want to help you, and they want to do it because they trust you. They trust that you are showing up as yourself, and trust, indolence, and sigil of Atlantis. The indolence of the past is dissolving for sure. With Pisces and Saturn, you trust that the karmas of the past have played themselves out, and that this person can see a different way to exist, right? Energetic clearing. Yeah, and it's because they used their Kundalini energy and constantly had it amped up to the point where they understood it. And they, defeat with energetic clearing, they cleared out any negativity that they might have been holding on to from the past, of like feeling defeated or not feeling good enough for anything like long term. Like it's awakening and becoming ready for the next step in whatever relationship you guys are entangled in, enmeshed in. And one more card, please, Spirit. Okay, this top card. Divine Source. Netzach, Ace of Discs, and Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and that the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Ace of Discs. The throne which the princess sits upon. And ease. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. You're receiving the Ace of Discs from Divine Source. And that's what I mean whenever I'm talking about leaving space for God, is where the princess and the ace meet is the Divine Source. And you both are using your Kundalini energy with the power of Divine Creator Source. Not only to liberate yourself and sanctify your connection, but that energy has a ripple effect out in the collective. And it's to be noted as an example to which other relationships can be modeled after. But just the act of coming together symbolizes other divine unions coming together and transforming this lustful energy and delivering it to source. It's delivering the egregore that is created through the connection to source to be cleared and purified. Okay, I'm gonna get more tarot. Let's get Marielle. The Six of Discs and the Queen of Cups. Six of Discs shows us Archangel Gabriel with the lamp of the Jinn. And it's really about connecting with the fires of the Holy Spirit. So you're sacrificing part of how you filled your partner's cup, most specifically. And with the Queen of Cups, you're doing this in a much more caring, compassionate way than you might have even known that you were capable of. Judgment with divine love, the Emperor in Leo. Yeah, this love, this connection, this lustful connection, you know, you're passing judgment through the way that you love. It's you showing up with love and understanding that whatever you guys had gone through in the past has been judged by God Most High and given the green light to move forward in a way that is very meaningful, very strong. The Strength card, liberation, valor, strength. This is the type of connection that can last for a long time. A long, long time. The Nine of Cups, Thoth energy, inviting help. Inviting help from the realms of the unforeseen, yes. And it's coming at you from all angles too. Like, this is one of those things that just simply can't miss. Because you both understand duality, and because the both of you, you know, your energy is already intertwined. It's already intertwined. You've been manifesting this for a long time. I'm getting years in the Hermit. Yeah, you've been in a sort of emotional desert when it comes to divine love. And that's the reason why you haven't been able to deepen in your practice and achieve more than you thought that you would in this realm. The Empress. But the Empress is here now, and you need to trust that she is able to bring you the divine abundance that you have been waiting for. And she could be a he could be a she. Like, there's no gender in tarot. You could flip the roles and take whatever resonates and leave the rest, right? There's my disclaimer. But the Knight of Swords, we have the Prince of Swords out here. I mean, Same. So we have the Knight of Swords out here twice. Energetic clearing, defeat, and Kundalini. Yeah, like I said, this person has leveled up and they know it. They've connected with Source and they've connected with the light of God Most High. And they did it because of the Nine of Swords. They did it because they were worried that they would never achieve higher happiness through Source consciousness. The Nine of Swords in traditional tarot means worrying and sleepless nights and things like that. But in this tarot deck, it symbolizes going through the worry and building something that will stand all of the trials that you are going through. At the bottom we have the Ace of Wands, and I can't really show you the card because of YouTube standards. But this is being in balance, balancing your light and your dark. This is Ma'at at the top. It's the great city. It's resting. It's giving your worries to the divine so that you can keep yourself balanced. And in doing so, you can withstand any hurricane that sweeps through and attempts to destroy. You stand firm and strong. And with the Ace of Wands at the bottom, that's fire energy. You're starting a new action together. You're doing it in a really beautiful, elegant way. And you're being asked, most importantly, to be honest and show up as authentically as possible, because whenever you do that, literally you can't miss. So I feel like you're going to, because any past manipulation techniques that you might have employed in the past aren't going to work with this person, because they're your divine mirror and they'll just immediately see through anything anyway. So you might as well just behave yourself and show up with integrity, show up with valor, with divine victory in mind. I'm encouraging you to meditate about the situation. We have two cards out. Believe in the impossible, blue moon and new moon in Leo, or in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. At the bottom, look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Yep. Believe in yourself. Believe in divine love. Believe that God, Source, Creator, has put you in this position for a reason. And be grateful. If it feels like you're struggling to make a decision, invite help of the Creator. And one more card, I'm being told. One more card. Hope you liked this reading. Press that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. My favorite card in this deck just popped out, the validation card. Yeah. Whoever it is that you're thinking about while I was doing the reading in the autumn. Yeah, they're coming in fast, and they're coming in this season. This coming autumn, this connection is about to pop off something fierce and heavy and fast. Just believe in the impossible. Trust yourself. Trust them. You know, innocent until proven guilty. That's my motto. But, oh, one more. One more. One more. From Rider-Waite. Six of Discs. Okay, generosity and Knight of Swords again. 3 Knight of Swords out on the table. Yeah, they're coming in really fast. And I'm just getting, like, you're going to be spoiled with this connection. So, congratulations, collective. This is a beautiful reading, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Om Namah Shivaya. Bye-bye.